DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Daily motivation topic here today is when good enough is good enough. Now, some of you may have heard this saying that people say that how you do anything is how you do everything. I'm going to challenge that saying and tell you that that is actually not true. Because if you really think about it in your life, the areas that matter the most to you, I'm talking about your money areas, the areas that are most important to you in life, is not everything. All right? You can't put equal emphasis of importance on every single thing in your life because you're going to run out of time, you're going to run out of talent, you're going to run out of attention, energy, and focus to give to all of them equally because they're not all equal. Everything in life is not equal. There are probably, what I tell most of the people who I work with, whether clients or even people in my audience, that there are probably at the most 3 to 5 things in your life, maybe fewer than that, at the most 5 things in your life that are of super high level importance, like number one, top level priorities. No more than 5. For most of you, it ain't any more than 3. And for those things, then you need to get them done the right way. It needs to be executed according to your standards, according to your operating procedures, or whatever verbiage you want to give to it. That yes, this has to be top notch. It has to be done the right way. So for me, that might be with my business, it might be with my family, it may be with my fitness. And that's pretty much it. Everything else, everything that's not in that top 3 or in that top 4 or top 5, good enough is good enough. Meaning what? Doesn't mean that you do those things half-assed, and it doesn't mean that those things not being done at all is okay. What it means is if those things can be done at an 80% level, 80% of perfect, then that's all right. You can accept 80% okay I can accept 80% okay at somebody mopping the floor in my house. Why? Because mopping the floor is not one of my top priorities. Even though the floor needs to be mopped, it's not one of my top priorities. So if I take the car to get washed and it's cleaned about 80% of perfect, I'm all right with that. Why? Because how clean the car is not one of my top priorities. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? So you have to decide, not understand, but decide what are the areas of your life in which you need things to be done at 100%, and what are the areas where 80% is okay. And I'm using these numbers on purpose because some of you may be familiar with, and if you're not, this principle called Pareto's principle, also known more commonly as the 80-20 rule, which states 80% of your results come from 20% of your inputs. So if we just think about this mathematically, if I can get 80% of my result, if I can get 80% of the outcomes that I need with just 20% input, that's good. That's good. 80 is good, right? 80 is like a B when you're in school, right? A B is a pretty solid grade. Now, if you want to get an A plus, that means you got to get the last 20%. Now, that last 20%, you know how much of my inputs that's going to require? 80%. Now, if I use 20% of my time to get to a level 80, right? Now, if I want to get to a level 100, I got to use the other 80% of my time to get that last 20%. So if you think about somebody like, for example, Kobe Bryant with basketball, he was willing to give 20% to get to the 80, but then he gave that last 80% to get that last 20. So he can get to 100, and that's why Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant. But I guarantee you in other areas of his life, which he didn't talk about, he was willing to make the trade-off, which is, okay, since I'm going to get to 100% in basketball, I got to trade off not getting to 100% in all these other areas of my life because I'm sacrificing all of that being a 100 so I can be 100 at basketball. Everybody get what I'm saying here? Understand that in life, there are no perfect scenarios. There are only trade-offs. You cannot be at a level 100 in everything. You don't have the resources to do so. And resources, again, you have 5 forms of resources: time, money, attention, energy, and focus. You cannot give all of these to everything. You have to decide, where do you want to give these things? Where is it most important? And where are you okay getting 80% instead of getting 100%? So you should think about that for your life. What are the priorities? What are the areas that matter the most? Because you cannot do anything and everything at the exact same level. It wouldn't even make any sense because then you'd be pretty much across the board at an equal level. Well, have you ever met a person who was perfect at everything? You ever met a person who was just giving the max at every single thing that they did? And people say this when they're trying to motivate, or I guess they call themselves inspiring you by telling you how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay, so name a great entrepreneur who's great at running their business, but they also put the same level into washing the dishes that they put into running their business. All right, name a billionaire or a millionaire who does that. All right, there isn't one. Name a billionaire or millionaire who puts the same energy into walking their dogs and cleaning the bathroom that they put into being a great professional athlete. All right, there isn't one. right? Because they don't do that. So the saying sounds good, but when you actually think about it and break it down analytically, it doesn't make any sense. Where are the areas that matter the most for you? Because you are not trying to do anything and everything at the exact same level, and you should not do anything and everything at the same level. Why? Because they are not all equal. Not every task is created equal. Not every area of your life is created equal, and not every area of your life produces an equal ROI on what you put into it. All right, Kobe Bryant, the time that he put into playing basketball produced much more returns than the time that he put into, if he had a dog, walking his dog, or the time that he would put into washing the dishes, or the time that he would put into making dinner. All right, it didn't produce the same return as what he did when he needed to suit up and play games for his employer, the Los Angeles Lakers. You get what I'm saying here? So I want all of you to think about that. Where's the ROI in my life, and where should I put the majority of my resources in order to produce the highest level of return? And once you get this answer, you're going to understand that there's a hierarchy, there's a list, that what the energy you put into the thing that's number 1 on the list is not the same as the energy you put into something that's number 17 on the list. You get it? So how you do anything is not how you do everything, and it should not be how you do everything, because again, analytically, this makes no sense whatsoever. So with all that said, that's the daily motivation for today. I put these videos out every single day. That's why it's called daily motivation. You want to get my daily motivation text message, which I send out every day. It's different than what I put in the video. Text me at my number, 305-384-6894. And every morning when the daily motivation comes out, you'll be getting it straight to your phone, guaranteed to have you focused, sharp, and on point. Secondly, Work on Your Game University. That's where you take the next step with me. All my coaching, all my programs, everything is at the university. The link's down below in the description. And the YouTube stuff. Hit the notification bell so every time I put a video out, you'll be notified immediately that it dropped. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video. Like, comment on, and share this video so that the algorithm knows that this video is giving you what you want, and they'll show it to more people like you. And hit the subscribe button so that every time a new video drops on this channel, Dre Baldwin Work on Your Game, you'll be known about it. It'll be right there in your feed when you log on to YouTube. My name is Dre Baldwin. Work on your game.